Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and Puzzle by Monkey Apprentice today. And yeah, there's a lot of distinctiveness going on in this puzzle. It's using the digits 0 to 8, apparently. It's skyscrapers, which I'm not good at. And there are special condemned cells. It's a bit spooky. I'm in some fear of the puzzle. Last time I did a puzzle by Monkey Apprentice, it was over fairly quickly, but I suspect this one won't be. We will see. First of all, don't forget that we have now released the rather incredible Back to the Future hunt on Patreon. It's by Blobs. It's based on the movie, of course, and it's fantastic. The original movie, none of the sequels, and it's fantastic. And we really think you're going to be loving that. So that is out on Patreon, along with Simon's Solve of Listen with Eck, the listener puzzle, an advanced cryptic crossword that is absolutely unbelievable. And I urge you to watch episodes, say 5, 6, and 7. I know the videos are sometimes an hour long, but they are brilliant. They are brilliant. And the puzzle is extraordinary and deserves recognition. There are, of course, other things on Patreon, including connections. We have other links under the video, including to Sven's Sudoku pad and our apps, which do feature Domino Sudoku. We don't have a skyscraper app, promise. But we do also have, of course, Fog of War and the Worms, and we'd love you to check them out. Now, those are the things that I talk about at the beginning. The next thing is to go through the rules of Sinking City. Sinking City, a very sad title because it makes me think of Jakarta, a city I have visited a few times and which is apparently sinking at a rate of something like a meter every 4 years, which is, or in parts, but it is sinking, and it's very sad and very worrying. Anyway, let's have a look at the rules. Every row and column must contain the digits and box. Every row, column and box must contain the digits 0 to 8. So that row, that column, that box, for instance, will all contain the digits 0 to 8. Digits in the grid represent the heights of skyscrapers. And clues outside the grid indicate how many skyscrapers are visible in the direction of the clue in its row or column, where taller skyscrapers obscure shorter ones. So from this side of the bottom row, we are seeing 4 skyscrapers starting from that cell, where bigger digits, actually I've got the chain bear graphic, so you can see this, and you can see how for the row depicted, from one end you get a different total from the other end, and taller digits taller buildings obscure the smaller ones. Now, that's useful, but there are 9 cells that consist of a set of the digits 0 to 8, representing condemned skyscrapers throughout the grid. There's exactly 1 condemned skyscraper in every row, column, and box, so they could be laid out like, this is just a random allocation. And I haven't botched out. There we go. I have botched out now. 3, 3. Oh, that is all of them. No, I haven't got one in box 5 because I've got 2 in this box. Okay, that is messed up. There we go. That is a possible layout of digits 0 to 8 if they were condemned skyscrapers. Now, the height of the condemned skyscraper is always considered to be 0. And that's for the purpose of all the clues in the grid, the dots and the skyscrapers. And a skyscraper with a height of 0 is never visible to a clue outside the grid. So if there are any zeros, well, there is a natural 0 in this row, and there is also a condemned building which may have a digit that's not 0 on it. Of course, there may only be 1 because there is a condemned 0 somewhere that's also got a height of 0. Anyway, you can work that out. Heights of skyscrapers, apparent heights of skyscrapers connected by a white dot must be consecutive. Those connected by a black dot must have one twice the other. Not all possible dots are given. Okay, I mean, I can understand the rules. I think it's going to be very difficult. There are a few given digits and a few dots, but not very many skyscraper clues. Give it a try on the link under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So I was going to look at the black dots here. Now, first of all, you can't have a 0 because, oh, hang on. Okay, these 3 black dots are going to have at least 2 different, well, okay, no, first of all, they've got to have at least 1 real value on, because you can't have more than 2 cells of value 0 in a row. And as soon as they've got 1 real value on, they all have to have real values on. And therefore, this is either a 1, 2, 4 or a 2, 4, 8 triple. Now, what I'm talking about there is, I think a 2-cell black dot area could have a 0, a natural 0, and a condemned building on with a height of 0, with an effective height of 0. So that doesn't apply here. That's a really weird thing. Now, what about the white cells? Can they have a 0 on? Yes, they could have heights of 0, 1, and 2 in this instance. Okay, but this is not. This is either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8, and 2 and 4 appear on it. These are genuine heights because we can't have a 0 because they can't all be 0. That's what I'm trying to say. It's taken me a while to actually phrase that. Right, the values on here, oh, this is good, we can do those. The values on this white dot don't include 2 and 4. So they don't include 0, because that would go 0, 1, 2. They can't use 2 or 4. They must be selected from 5, 6, 7, 8. And they don't include 8 because this box can't have an 8. So there's a 6 in the middle, flanked by a 5, 7 pair. That's quite interesting. Now, I said at the beginning I was going to start with this black dot, and I have indeed started with that. But actually, when I was looking around the grid, I saw this 8 clue. That's huge. That is maximal. However, it doesn't mean that there's only one. If you got a 9 clue in a regular skyscraper puzzle, you'd write in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But you can't do that here because, oh, hang on, the 0. Right, there have got to be 7 real, no, there have got to be 8 real values. That's the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all have to have their real value. And that means in this column, it is the 0 that is condemned to be 0, which is ironic, I think. But where does it appear? It could appear anywhere because it's hidden. It doesn't really matter. So the 1 is in one of the first 2 cells. The 2 is in one of the next 2. The 3 is in one of the next 2. The 4's in one of the next 2. These are all the genuine digits that must have their real values. Now the 8 can't be there because of this 8. So 8 goes there at the top, which is no surprise. The other digits in the top row are from 0, 1, 3. Oh, these, right, it's time to do some colours for where we know that genuine values exist. So these have to be genuine values because none of them can be 0. These are genuine values because they have to be 5, 6, 7. That is one of the many genuine digits in this column where only 0 is condemned and can appear anywhere. But one of these two is condemned and it's not the 0, although 0 is one of those digits. So 0 can't be one of these digits for the black dot. 0 therefore is one of these digits, but another of these digits is a condemned 1 or 3. Now, how do I know that there isn't a condemned 0 here? Because this column has the condemned 0 in it. And there is only one condemned 0. Remember, the condemned buildings are a set of the digits 0 to 8. Oh, there's a 2 looking at that cell. Oh, well, that's massive. Now the 2 in this column has to be there, and I think we can run this up the whole flagpole. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're all genuine. Now, we can't quite finish the column because this is a 0, 1 pair, and the 8 count will be right whether that's the genuine one or that is. But one of these is condemned. I'm using red for condemned and green for normal, natural. And there's a condemned 0 here. Oh, these digits now, obviously, sorry, they obviously don't have an 8 in. They are 1, 2, 4. That's been obvious since you were shouting it at the screen 3 minutes ago. Right, so this is a 0 and a 3, where the condemned digit is the 3. Maybe I'll put that in the corner marks. We have a condemned 0 down here. We know that it's the 3 here because the 0's happened before. Now, what's this telling us next? Where do we go? This 3 clue? Yeah, well, I mean, that's interesting. We know what the values are. It starts with a natural 6. The other 2 values it will see are 7 and 8, and neither of them will be in this cell. Oh, it's not that interesting. Well, okay, we do know that the 2 natural digits it will see to complete the count on the skyscraper are 7 and 8, but we don't know where they go. Oh, this 4 up here, we can't start with a 4 because we would only see the 4 and that 8 and the count would be 2. So we start with a 1, and indeed this is proven correct, 1, 2, 4, 8. From this side, we must start with the 7 for the same sort of reason. Well, this is going okay. I just need to find the right things to focus on, and we're all good. But I don't know what to do next. What about this white dot sequence? Right, same sort of thing as in the top row. 3 and 6 are gone. So this can't, well, it can't use 8 or 7 because it would need to use 6. It can't use 5 or 4 because it would need to use 6 or 3 as well. It can't use 3, so it must be 0, 1, 2. The 1 is a genuine natural digit, and one side of it is a 2, which is a genuine natural digit. But the other side, there is a 0 value, which is either, it's either a condemned building here or a natural 0, which would also have to be here. This can't be a natural, this can't be condemned because the condemned buildings are up there, and it can't be a 0 because the zeros are up there. So this cell has a value of 0. Maybe I'll colour it yellow. This is where the 2 goes. That's the important thing maybe from that. I don't know whether this yellow cell is a genuine 0 or a condemned digit. Do you know what? That condemned digit would have to be a 4 because this cell sees 7, 6, 5, 8, 1, 2, and 3. So it's either a condemned 4 or a natural 0. This is a strange puzzle in some ways, I have to say. Oh, look at this black dot. Right. I said earlier that a black dot could be 0, 0 with a condemned digit and a natural 0. This one could be 3, 6. I was going to say it can't have a 2 or a 4 in it. Oh, what about this one? This is even better, actually. This can't have a 2, a 3, or an 8 on it. So how could it be a natural pair where a pair of positive numbers where one was double the other? It can't be 1, 2 because the 2 has gone. It can't be 2, 4 because the 2 has gone. It can't be 3, 6 because the 3 has gone. And it can't be 4, 8 because the 8's unavailable too. So this pair actually is 0 and a condemned digit. So colour away. Then I can make all of these green because they're in the same box or row. Now this feels very, well, this could be 0, 0, but it could be 3, 6. Oh, hang on, there's this clue of 1. Right. It's 3, 6. Oh, that's really weird. 3, 6 won't work on this black dot. Right, remember it can't have a 2 or 4 on, so we can't put digits from 1, 2, 4, 8 onto that black dot. So the two alternatives are 0, 0, one of them being condemned, and 3, 6, both being natural. Now, if this went 3, 6, we'd already be seeing 2 buildings. That's no good. If it went 6, 3, actually it would have to be that way around, but if it went 6, 3, somewhere in the rest of the row we would see a natural 7 or 8. They can't both be condemned in the same row. So the count on the row would be more than 1. So that is another double 0, isn't it? Yes, it is. Including a 0 pencil mark. Okay, I'm getting rid of the corner marks in those cells. I was planning to use corner marks for to mark so that I knew which we had used up of the condemned possibilities. But instead, I think, actually I did it here for a while, didn't I? I had 2 pencil marked in there. I'm going back to as normal, using corner marks for possible locations within a box if possible. Anyway, there is a condemned cell there, so all of these are not condemned now. Now there must be a condemned one in one of these two, which is not 3, 4, 5, 7 or 8 or 0. Oh, and that 1 still has to be fulfilled. From this side of the grid, the observer is seeing 0 height and 0 height. But then it's seeing, well, it's not seeing 8 here. It's seeing the biggest building it's going to see in the rest. And if it's not 8, that has to be 7. And that means, where's the 8 in the row? It has to be here in the condemned area. In fact, it is the condemned building here. Goodness me. So we found the condemned 8 as well as the condemned 0 and 3. And now that 7 has done the job. 0, 8, 7. There is an 8 here by Sudoku. There's, yet again, there's a 0 in one of these 2 cells, but it's the other one that is condemned because we've had the condemned 0. That keeps being a repeating theme. This isn't going badly, by the way. In this row, we've had 2, 7, 3, 8, 0, and a condemned. Oh, let's go back to this 3 clue. Actually, what about this 1 clue? Right, something's happening here. 8 has gone in the column. So in a normal 9 by 9, using the digits 1 to 9, skyscraper puzzle, a 1 clue tells you there's a 9, the highest digit straight away. Now, as we've observed, that doesn't have to happen in this puzzle. However, if you're not seeing, yes, this is really important. If we hadn't got rid of the condemned 8, 8 might have been condemned in this row and you could see 7 first, but we've got rid of the condemned 8 in row 5. So in this row, this cell itself, there is no condemned 8. There is a genuine 8 that is going to be seen somewhere. It can't be here by Sudoku, so it must be here. And this cell, therefore, has to be a value of 0, so a yellow. It's either condemned or a genuine 0. I don't know which. That's a genuine 8. I mean, it's such a strange puzzle. That is a genuine 3 because we've had the condemned 3 up here. That's a genuine 8 because we've had the condemned 8 here. So one of these is condemned in column 3. These are all natural, and that includes the 2 white dot cells, and I don't know what that, no, I don't know what that means. I can put an 8 in by Sudoku here, and that has to be natural. These are from 0, 2, 3, 4. There's a 2 in one of those cells, which apparently will be natural. Oh, I was just about to say, does this have to be a condemned 2? Because we need a condemned 2 somewhere in the puzzle. It's not in box 3, 6, 2, 8, 4, and it's not in box 7 because the 2 can't be in the condemned cell by Sudoku. Oh, I was going to say, well, it might be there as well as here, but actually it might be in that cell. Okay, sorry, that was a red herring. Oh, 7 by Sudoku. It's so blatantly obvious. But I don't know if it's condemned or not. So this is 0, 5, 6. Now 0 can't be here. This digit is 4 or 5, I reckon. And this can't be 3 or 2. Hang on. This is 5 by Sudoku. That is a 0, 4 pair. So that's a 2, 3 pair. That 2, 3 must be... No, I don't know. I still don't know. This might be a natural 0. Okay, I don't know. This is a 1, 4 pair by Sudoku. Right, let's again go through what digits we have found as condemned. A 0 here, an 8 here, a 3 here. That's quite a lot still to go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Okay, we need to do Sudoku. 7, 3, 4, 5, 8. 2 is in one of those 2 cells. 0, 1, 6. We know 0 is in one of those. This digit is 1 or 6. That can't be 0. Ooh, the condemned cell down here is not going to be 0 or 3 because they've been condemned already. So it's going to be 4 or 6. It's quite interesting. Five and 3. 3 is in one of those cells in row 5. 5's in one of those 3. 7 is definitely here by Sudoku. 2, therefore, in the box is definitely here. Then 3 is here. Then 5 is here. Wow. That has to be 1 or 6. We've placed 2 in this box and 0. And we know that 0 is not condemned in this box because it's condemned in box 8. So 2 is condemned in that box. This is now not condemned. And we know, therefore, that it is again 0. This is condemned and now it is 3. So that was good. We've had condemned 0, 8, 2, and 3 now. What's going on here? 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 0, 1, 4, 6 still to place. I don't know. I wish I knew that. Oh, I haven't looked at this 4 clue much. I haven't. Oh yeah, I've dealt with the 1 clue entirely, as long as that has a value of 0. It's dealing with the 4 clue. What is this pair? Do I know anything about it? Digits here are from 0, 3, 4, 6. So I suppose these are natural digits. They can't be 0, 1, that would break that cell. They can't be 3, 4, because it would break that group. They can't be 7, 8, because it would break that. Oh, there's a 2. Look, by Sudoku, there's a 2 on this. Ah, so it's either 1, 2 or 2, 3. Now, we've also got this skyscraper clue of 4. Is that any use? Not really yet, actually. Oh, what about this column? 0, 2, 5, 8. We've got 1. Oh, 1 can't be used on this white dot. 3, 4, or 6, 7. I don't know. What have we got in this row? We've still got a 1 to place. 7, 2, 3, 5, 8, 0, 1, 4, 6. So this is condemning either 1, 4, or 6. This is condemning 4 or 6. Right, condemned digits. Let's go back to that. 0, 8, 2, 3. We've still got a 5 and a 7 to condemn. That can't be 5 by Sudoku. A 5 and a 7, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 in these areas. Oh, hang on, this can't be condemned. Yes, it could. Yes, it could in this row. 7 there. No, 2 and 3 can't be condemned because they've been condemned. So those are green. Right, now the condemned cell in box 1 is in one of those two. And this is genuine. That 7 is genuine. Now by Sudoku, there's a 7 in one of those cells. But, and this is suddenly very important, we need to find a condemned 7 in the puzzle. It's not there, there, there. That's boxes 1, 2, 3. It's not there, there, there. Boxes 4, 5, 6. It's not in box 7, where the condemned cells can't include 7. And the same is true for box 8. So it is in box 9 in one of these two cells. There is a condemned 7 in one of those. It could well be here, but it could also be here. No, yes, it could be there if this is a genuine 0. Okay, so that's alive as a possibility. But these all go green and that goes green. And up here, we're going to get a condemned 5 or 6. Here we've got condemned 0 or 4. Here we've got condemned 7. 4 or 6 here. We haven't got a condemned 1 anywhere, and that is going to have to go in these cells, because this one is a condemned 7. That's not a condemned, well, yes, this is a condemned 1 in one of these cells. That is a 0, 1 pair. Right, so that's a 4, 6 pair left in the box. These are from 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's quite complicated, but it's very, very, very clever, this puzzle. Now, this 4, this is going to be key somehow. I don't know how this is going to work, though. There's a 7 by Sudoku in one of these cells, but it doesn't go with an 8 on the white dot. So if 7's on the white dot, it's with a 6, then that would be 1, 4, 3. And this digit, therefore, is either 7 not on the white dot or 3 if 7 is on the white dot. I don't think that's going to do anything. Oh, we've got this column where we needed 6, then 7, then 8. Oh, well, that's simple now. If I'd looked at this earlier, none of those can be 7. And 7 has to come before 8. Right, well, that just fixes the cell I was looking at there. That makes this a 6, 7 pair. Then we can go 1, 4, 1, 6. This is a 4, 5, 8 triple. We know where the 8 goes. And now, in this row, look, we're going to see at least one building there. Then we're going to see, I was going to say this one. The only way you don't see this one is if that's a genuine 6. Oh, this is quite complicated now, and I don't know the answer. That's genuine, by the way, because 2 has been condemned here. Now, the 7, let's see. Oh, the 7 is looking at that digit. That can't be 7, so that is not condemned. This is the 7 and is the condemned digit here. Perfect. Now, that's a 6 by Sudoku. This is now not a 6. Now we can focus on making this skyscraper total of 4. We're going to see that 6 and that 8. And we're going to see this building before them. Nothing can stop us seeing this building. So we're only going to see one of these two buildings, and that must be higher than that. So that is 3 or 2. This is 2 or 1. Come on. I don't know. I don't know how to finish that off. I feel like I should, and I don't. Okay, what about this column? We've got 0, 4, or 6 there. That feels familiar. Got that 4, 6 pair. This column's done. This one's done. Just checking all the skyscraper clues. That one's done. That one's done. This one is sort of... Oh no, we're not going to see this. So if it's a 4, it's condemned. Is that interesting? No, it's not. But there is a 5 in one of these two cells. And actually that does tell me where 5 is in row 6. Oh, 8 there has told me that this is a 0. And that's quite big, because that 0 is natural. This one is condemned. That tells me that this is natural and this is condemned. And that is therefore a 4 being condemned. It's not a natural 0. So now we've had 3, 4, 2 and 0 condemned. So the condemned digit here is a 6, and that is not in this cell. This is a natural cell that mustn't be seen from after those buildings to keep the 4 total here right. So that's a 0. Goodness gracious. Okay, well that makes this a 1 and that a 0. This time, I have to be careful, it was the 0 that was condemned in this original column 1. So that's now natural, that's definitely condemned. What is this digit? It's not 0 or 4 because they've appeared in red, so that's a 6. Now we're gonna have a 1 here, and the condemned digit up here is a 5. I don't even know how we're going to sort those out. But anyway, that can't be 6. This can't be 0 or 6. I feel like, 1 has appeared in the bottom row. So that's 2. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, proving its position. This is 4 or 6. That is 3 in box 4. That's now 4, 5, 4. We get a 5 in the bottom row. Ah, that's placing 5 in box 2, and that is condemned. So that gives us all the remaining condemnation information. And therefore we can do this 0, 1. That is 1 being condemned, and that is 0. Just to check, in the red cells we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all in perfect positions. Did you notice they're exactly the positions I marked at the start? No, of course they're not. I'm joking. Now 3 in row 8 is there. That's not a 5. This is a 0. That's a 6. This is 0. 4 and 6. That does 4, and the 6, 4 pair on the left. These two are a 1, 5 pair. And then we get a 6 here and a 1 here. What a lovely puzzle. Thank you, Monkey Apprentice. That's great. That is great. And the city is sinking, and we have identified all the buildings that are condemned within it. My goodness, that was a bizarre effort. Great stuff. Not as hard as I feared, if I'm honest. So thank you for following along, and I hope you had fun with it. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.